Let me help you to know the subtleties of the Force.
We would be honored if you would join us.
What's going on, everyone? Big shout out to my friends at Collider for this article. They got in touch with John Favreau himself, and The Mandalorian has just been approved officially for Season 2. I'm pretty stoked for this. Of course, we haven't seen Season 1, so I mean, imagine if it comes out and it's like crap, but I 100%, well, 99.99, there's always that sliver of a chance of something going wrong. 99% believe that it will be a fantastic show. So I was at Star Wars Celebration, and I got to see, we're going to read what John has to say here in a minute. I was at Star Wars Celebration, and I was at the panel, and I got to see the 3-minute, which I'm sure many people have seen online. There was a leak of the actual scene. There was a scene from the show, from the first episode. The show is sick, man. It was like $10 million per episode, apparently, for 10 episodes, I think. So $100 million for this Season 1. That's some Game of Thrones type of money. And of course, with Disney backing it, I mean, you couldn't really expect less, right? So basically, what's happening in Mandalorian, if you don't know, if you do know, you can jump ahead in this video and we can get to reading this whole thing, or you can just read it yourself. I'm going to post the article link down below. Basically, it takes place a few years after Return of the Jedi. I think it's 3 years or 5 years after Return of the Jedi. The Empire is basically, it's no more, but loyalty still is divided amongst the galaxy on who they prefer, right? So, you know, those who were Imperials or in favor of the Empire and all that Palpatine did, they're like, you know, kind of rebelling still against the rebels, who are kind of happy now that the Empire is no more, or at least they think, until, you know, the sequel trilogy comes along. So here is what John Favreau has said. I keep getting pulled deeper into the orbit of Disney, but fortunately the stuff that Disney is working on is the stuff that I love. I wanted to do a Star Wars TV show like The Mandalorian and pitched it to them, and they were very open to it. I even wrote 4 episodes before I was even hired to do it because I was excited as a fan to see what these stories might be and see if they were interested in doing what I was interested in, which they were. And I was actually writing Season 2 this morning before I came here. Boom, just like drops that one. But not only is Favreau already writing The Mandalorian Season 2, he's actually in pre-production on the 2nd season. Now, the series isn't made like your typical TV show. Favreau and his team are using the VR technology similar to how they made The Lion King in order to map out precisely how the live-action pieces of The Mandalorian are shot, and to be able to render visual effects in real time. The director explained this unique process. In The Mandalorian, because we're doing live-action production, we're using the Epic Game Engine and using that to do real-time in-camera visual effects. So if you visited the set for The Mandalorian, you would have seen a completely video wall-wrapped stage, and we were in there filming the characters in the foreground, and oftentimes either blue screen or full digital versions of set extensions in the background with parallax. Because the positional data of the camera was informing the backgrounds, so it was like a translate that had been perspective. Some of this is just going right over my head, but other parts of it from what I've learned from the VFX team in Vader Episode 1, that seems pretty freaking cool and very expensive. So that allowed us to have environments as long as we could build them digitally and put enough work into planning it. We could have the game engine to be used for creating effects in a time frame that allows us to get a TV season done. But as Favreau explains, in order to do this, he and his team have to map things out beforehand in pre-production, which is where they are in Mandalorian Season 2 right now. But all of that requires us to use the same VCam technique in pre-production on The Mandalorian so that we know exactly what we need to see. So if you visited the set now as we're starting to get into Season 2, which is pretty awesome, it looks a lot like the set of The Lion King, and we're planning how we're going to shoot it ahead of time. So it seems like they're taking some cool tech from The Lion King and using it here. It's a wholly unique way of making television, and indeed 2 of the major barriers preventing George Lucas from making his own live-action Star Wars series in the past were time and money. Now that Favreau has streamlined the visual effects process using VR technology, a show like The Mandalorian is able to be made on a TV schedule. So basically, they're making like a movie into a TV show on a TV show's time slot. It's pretty cool. As for Season 2, it's no surprise that Disney is already getting to work underway on a 2nd season for the TV show. And the fact that Favreau got the go-ahead to begin writing and pre-shooting the next season must mean the folks at Disney and Lucasfilm are happy with the way Season 1 turned out. So when The Mandalorian premieres on Disney Plus on November 12th, rest assured there's plenty more where that came from. look out for the full interview with Favreau on Collider soon. So that's cool. They're going to post the whole interview. I'm going to post the article down below in the description. And basically, now I've talked about this in depth in another video. I'm going to link that below too. What happens is the Mando is offered this new job, this new bounty, and he is offered Beskar. Now, Beskar is like the most valuable iron or metal for Mandalorians. It's basically only supposed to be on Mandalore, and it is used in their outfits. It's used for their armor, and this, can help stop blaster fire, can help stop lightsabers, everything. So Beskar is very, very valuable, more valuable than gold or money or credits or anything like that. So he's like, I'm going to give you a bunch of crates of this stuff if you go and find what I want you to find. Now, if you want to learn more about that, you can find that in the video down below. So, hope you enjoyed this. I'm stoked. Season 1 looked amazing just from that few minutes, so I think the whole season will be excellent, and I hope Season 2 is going to be excellent as well. So, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you. Always.
Now, fulfill your destiny.